Hey, so I'm a little late, but I'm here. Had to cook some dinner. Had to cook some dinner and just got through. Hope y'all are having a good evening, morning, afternoon, night, whenever you're watching this live. So tonight, it's not going to be long tonight. I just want to get on here and ask you, what will it take? What will it take? What will it take for you to get started? What will it take for you to stop procrastinating? What would it take for you to say, this is my day one, and not just one day? One day I do this, one day I do that, but this is day one. What would it take? What would it take for you? Hey, Raya. What would it take for you to let go of things that are expiring in your life? You know, that relationship you're still trying to hold on to, that you know you need to let go of. You know, we it's so easy to let go of expired things, like milk in our refrigerator that's expired. I wouldn't drink anything that's expired. I throw it away because I know that there's more at the store that I can go get. But we seem to hold on to things in our life that have expired, and in hopes of things turning around, or in hopes that if I just do one more thing, it's going to turn around. If I just hold on to this job, what would it take for you to get started in doing the things that you know you need to do? Whether it's start a business, whether it's change careers, whether it's to get out of that relationship that you know you don't need to be in no more. What would it take? What would it take to let your day be day one instead of one day? We need to turn that around. Stop saying one day I will. Because guess what? You won't. As long as you keep saying one day instead of saying today is the day, you need to start saying today is the day, not one day. Get out the one day mentality. Get out of this thing trying to hold on to things that you don't need to hold on to. Stop. Let it go. Let these things go. We hold on to so many things, and yet we don't understand sometimes that the things that we hold on to, the things that have expired in our life, the things that we need to let go in our life, those are the things that are holding us back. Sometimes those are the things, what I've lit, I need to talk to y'all too. Those are the things that will stop our progress. Those are the things that would cut off our purpose. What would it take? What would it take for you to let those things go? What would it take for you to proceed to the place that you need to be? What would it take for you to get off that couch and say, I'm going to start today? What would it take? What would it take? You know, this is something that I used to ask myself. What is it that I need to do? What do I need to cut off? Who do I need to cut off? What do I need to do? How do I need to do it? But you know how I got the answers? I got the answers when I was quiet. When I was quiet before God. That's when I started getting my answers. Because it's something about that word silent. Because in that word silent, if you would just turn that silent around, hey Rashima, if you would turn that word silent, just switch those letters around, guess what's in silent? Listen. We need to listen and be silent. And we need to start today doing the things that we know we need to do. We don't need to keep procrastinating. We don't need to keep saying one day. We don't need to keep doing that, because we're holding ourselves back. We're holding ourselves back. And another thing is, guess who needs your cooperation in holding you back also? And that's the devil. The enemy can't do anything more in your life than you allow him to. So he needs your cooperation. He needs your cooperation. So don't be a co-op with him. Don't join forces with him. But you do the things that you know you need to do in your life to make it better, to get progress in your life, to go to that level that you need to go to. And sometimes that means that we need to let go of expired things. Sometimes that means that we need to go forward without the people that we think need to be in our life, because sometimes those are the people that don't need to be in our life. I found that out. Don't hold yourself back by keep allowing yourself to remain in the company of those that you don't need to be in the company of, or not releasing the things that you need to release, or just waiting. What are you waiting on anyway? Waiting is just an excuse to not do something. It's just an excuse. We don't need to keep waiting. We don't need to keep, saying, I need to let this get right first, or I need to do this first. That's just like two people living together that aren't married. I'm not bashing anybody. But two people living together and not married. They said one day they're going to get married, but first they got to get their finances right. They're living together. They're paying the bills. But they're waiting on their finances to get right. Go down to that courthouse and get your piece of paper and have a wedding 2 years later or a year later. It don't take all that anyway. My wedding was gorgeous and it didn't cost me hardly anything. Thank God for family. Yeah, sometimes people do feel guilty about shutting people out. But I tell you this. When God said obedience is greater than sacrifice, I know what that means, because when you obey God and when you know that there are people in your life, even though we love them, and there might not be anything wrong with the relationship, but when you know that that relationship needs to be cut off, it's hard. Believe me, I know. I had to do it. No nookie, no cookie. That's right, girl. But sometimes it's hard to cut off somebody. And, and sometimes that doesn't mean that you stop talking to them forever. Sometimes that just means you don't go out with them, or you don't hang with them, or sometimes it does mean to cut off completely. But you have to obey. I'd rather obey God, let people be mad at me, than to not obey God and people still gonna be mad at you anyway for something. Because you're never gonna be perfect to anybody, because we're imperfect people, and you're always gonna do something that rubs somebody the wrong way, or because you didn't agree with them or something. I'd rather cut it off now, because let me tell you, it was one time that God did tell me to cut someone off, and I didn't. It's called disobedience. I was disobedient. I didn't cut him off because that was my friend, and I didn't want to cut him off, and I just felt like if I held on to it, even though it expired, I just felt like if I held on to it, God would say, okay, you can keep them. It didn't work out like that. Because I held on to him, because I was disobedient, that friendship turned topsy-turvy. It turned toxic. Because that's what God was trying to keep me away from, that toxicness. And it turned so ugly to I didn't even know what happened. It just happened so ugly, and it was just cut off just like that. I don't even know where all that came from. But that's why it's so important that we have to be obedient to God. I mean, I'd rather obey God than people. I want to make him happy. And when I make him happy, he'll make sure the right people in my life. Because if we try to hold on to the wrong people, if we try to hold on to the things that God tells us to let go of, it's not even a matter of people sometimes. If we hold on to things that God tells us to let go of, if you can't let go of something that God tells you, you remember the story of the rich young boy who wanted to follow Jesus, and Jesus told him, "Okay, come on, I want you to sell everything you have and come follow me." And it was like he got sad, and he said, "I can't go with you." I'm paraphrasing, okay? "I can't go with you. You want me to sell everything I have? I got too much stuff to follow you. So I'm going this way, and you don't go that way." I truly don't believe that Jesus meant for him to go. I mean, he wasn't telling him to go broke, but he was trying to see where his heart is. He already knew where his heart was, and that's another thing. God knows where your heart is. And I get people say, "Well, God know my heart. Why you sleeping with that other man or that married man or doing the things you want to do?" But God know your heart. God know your heart when you took that wasn't yours. God know your heart though. Hey, Belinda, God know your heart. He know your heart. Sometimes that's the problem. Sometimes that's the problem, your heart condition. It's a cop out. It's an excuse. Sometimes people will use the word or think they're using the word, because sometimes people say stuff that ain't even in the Bible just to justify what they're doing. God know my heart. He know your heart. That's why he's telling you to get rid of some stuff, because he know your heart. That's why he's telling you to stay out that bed with that man that ain't yours, because he know your heart. That's why he's telling you to get out that situation that you in, because you're headed down the wrong path, because he know your heart. That's the thing. He knows your heart. Hey, Shanita. So what is it going to take for you to do the things that you know you need to do, to get rid of the things that you know you need to get rid of? Because sometimes we hold on to things that we know that we shouldn't hold on to. And it's like decay. It starts decaying. If I held on to things in my refrigerator and I never, ever took them out the refrigerator and I left them in the refrigerator, apples, oranges, lettuce. We know how lettuce look when it get old. And if I let that stuff stay in there, it would start molding. It would start turning colors. It would start not smelling too good. It would start doing all of this. Now, we clean out our refrigerator. We throw away the milk that has expired. We throw away other stuff that expires. But we can't see how things, if we keep them, how they decay in our lives, how they start stinking in our lives. We can't see that, but it does. It does. It affects you. It affects your future. And if you want to get to where God wants you to go, you got to let stuff and people go. You got to do the things that God has told you to do. You can't worry about other people. You can't worry about what people say, because it's one thing that I have learned is people are going to talk about you whether you're doing good or bad. People are going to talk about you. People talking about me. They're talking about me now. I don't care. Because guess what? I'm over people. I'm over people talking about me. I'm over people rolling their eyes at me. I'm over people saying things behind my back. Well, not behind my back, because I already know what you said. But anyway, I'm over all that. Why? Because I'd rather obey God, feel a little persecution from people that say they used to love me, that used to like your pictures. Hey, that used to speak to you in the store, that used to say, "Oh, that's my friend." Those kind of people, the used to's, and now they are talking about you. Now they're saying things about you. They're watching you from afar. This kind of person. Don't worry about them people. I read a post that said, "Don't block your haters. Let them see what God is doing for you," because those people are the ones that said you weren't going to make it. Those people are the ones that said, they ain't going to be nothing. Let God see. Let them see what God is doing. Not so you can say, "Oh, look at me now." No, look at what God has done. Because greater is he that's in me than he's in the world. And he ain't finna let nobody, nothing, stop what he has for me. The only person that can stop it is me. And how do I do that? By giving in to the things they say. By giving in to the enemy, where he tries to feed into my head that I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to do it. People ain't going to do this. People ain't going to. There are over 1 billion people in this world. And I'm sure God is going to bring some people that are going to support me, some people that love my God's masterpiece, some people that are going to buy my book, some people that are going to want me to come speak into their lives, some people. Those people, those are the people I'm reaching. I'm not worried about the people that are yeah, I'm over too. I'm not worried about the people that are talking about me. I'm not worried about the people that are saying, good job, good job. And then they go about their business. I'm not worried about those people. The ones that I'm doing, the ones that I wanna see come alive when they thought that wasn't nothing else gonna happen into their lives and they're ready to give up. I'm ready to sow into somebody's life that want to see their dreams come true. And say, Tanza, how do I do it? How did you do it? How did you get over that? How did you come to where you are now? How did you come from bitterness to wholeness? How did you do that, Tanza? That's the people that I want to sow into. Through God's masterpiece is build, inspire, and encourage. And I didn't even know I was going this way, but see, I'm led by God and not me. Because sometimes you are so concerned about those people that you miss out on the ones that God has for you. Because you're worried about what they're saying. You're worried about what they're not doing. And God has these over here, the ones that's hungry. You know, I love Les Brown when he says, you got to be hungry. You got to stay hungry. You got to stay full. You got to stay wanting more. I'm not worried about those people will try to empty you. Those people that are trying to talk about you. Those people that tell you what you can't do. Those people, they will try to empty you. Don't let nobody empty you. You stay full. You stay on fire. You stay going in the way that God wants you to go. You don't worry about them. Let them go. Love them from afar. I mean, way far. Way far. You don't have to talk to them. You ain't got to change your number. It's a thing on your phone that's called block. I'm not changing my number. It's a thing on my phone called block. And I will block you. I will block you. Don't let nobody empty you. Don't let nobody be calling you talking about other people. You're not a trash can. Stop allowing people to empty trash into you. Fill yourself up with the word. Fill yourself up with motivation. Fill yourself up with positiveness. Go out and speak to other people. Go out and sow some seeds. That's what you need to be doing. Not sitting around waiting. Not sitting around complaining. Not sitting around waiting on somebody to call you, tell you what somebody done said something about somebody. You know, somebody called me this week and was telling me about how their co-workers talking about them at work. It's sad, but you know what? God got so much for her because you know why? They think they won. They think that they have the upper hand. She could have went off on them. She could have cussed them out, but she refuses to. She refuses to. She is walking in love. Did it hurt her? Yes. But God is taking her to another place. It might be to another job. But you know what? They're going to see God's hand on her. Watch. Watch. Hey, Nicole. Don't allow anybody to empty you. Don't. Let them go before that happens. What is it going to take for you to do the things that you need to do? What is it going to take? What? You know, before you leave from over, you know, you look at this video, make sure you like and share it because I want people so hungry. I want people to get it. I want people to know that there is more for their lives. I want people to know that. I want to sow into their lives. I do. I have a speaking engagement coming up and I'm going to sow into these people's lives. I'm going to sow into their life because they're hungry. They're hungry. They're hungry for more. They don't want to be mundane and just go through life in one. You know, sometimes people go through life in this one cycle. And then there are other people that go like this. One day they up, one day they down. One day they happy, one day they want to hurt everybody. Be the one that goes through life the way that God wants you to. Be the one that stands when everybody else is falling. Be the one that says, God, come hell or high water, I'm going to stay with you. Be the one that says, you know what? God said to cut them off, I'm cutting them off. I love you, but I got to go. I had to do that with some friends that I used to have. God told me I had to get rid of them because first of all, I knew they weren't good for me. They were my friends before Christ. That's another thing. And they were still doing the same thing. They weren't going to change right then. I knew that. And it was so hard to let them go. So hard. But you know what I told them? I said, y'all, I can't hang around y'all no more. I love you. I love y'all, but I can't. And you know what they told me? They said, Tonza, we understand. We understand. And they did. They didn't ask me how to get saved. They didn't ask me, can I go to church with you? They just said, we understand. Because they weren't ready to give up that lifestyle that they were living. But I was. What would it take for you? I pray that this live has blessed you in some kind of way. Please like and share it. Go to my website, please, and subscribe to it. youaregodsmasterpiece.com. I would love to send you emails, send you information, send you updates. We're having some events coming up, and I want you to be a part of that. The one event that's coming up next month. Next month, October 20th. Miss Apia Grissom is coming all the way from the UK. I love her so much. She is my business coach. And I want to say something about her. The relationship that I have with her is so awesome. And it was only God ordained. We were talking about how we met, how we even connected. You know, it was God. It was all of God. And I love her so much. She has helped me to transform business. She's helped me to transform even more business mindedness for me. She's helped me to map out some things. She's helped me in so many ways. And I want her to sow into your life. So get your tickets. Get your tickets. It's going to be October 20th at 11 a.m. It's going to be over about 1 o'clock, maybe a little later. But she wants to sow into your life. She's flying 12 hours on a flight from the UK. I'm excited to go pick her from the airport, show her around this awesome place in Louisiana. You know, she's excited to come, and she's an awesome woman. She sows into so many people's lives. I mean, she has people around. She's an international coach, so she got people around the world. And she chose to come here. So that's a blessing to me. And some people might be like, I don't know her and I don't. It don't matter. Because she is who God has sent. And she is a God sent. And I'm blessed to have her. I'm thankful to have her here. And I just pray you come. You be blessed. Go to eventbrite.com. Get your tickets. Email me at godsmasterpiece2018 at gmail.com. You can get a ticket that way through PayPal. You can call me at 318-370-6300. I'd love to see you there. Bring somebody with you. Y'all have a blessed night, morning, evening, afternoon, whenever you're watching this live. Be blessed. I pray that God's blessing over you. I pray God's favor over you. I pray that you will let things go that you need to let go, and that you let this be your day one. God bless you.